There we go. There we go. What happened is I have to use. Are you hearing anything? Anybody hearing anything? Let's see. Yeah, Vina, are you online?
It's not coming in at all.
I just got it. I just got it up. I just started the live stream with the right camera, but I don't know if sound is coming through. See, I have to use an alternative microphone to get the sound, so I can see myself. If you could go on live uh, at Unity of Muskegon uh, channel, I just got on. I was all balled up there. I'm sorry, everybody. And so, see if you hear anything now. That's the problem.
Oh,
I don't know if I'm because in my laptop here, the microphone to take sound in is done. It won't work. So I have a plug-in microphone that also has a camera, and I the camera stopped it from going live. So did are you on there?
well, I was trying to get it and do it again. Let me see. Here we go. Hi.
There. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hang up and do the stream, okay? You can
Okay.
all right. Are you sure you can hear me online? Wait a minute. Now do you hear me? Yes. Okay. There you go. If you can't hear me, call on the telephone so I can tell. I'm gonna call Charles and tell him to do something. Technology. I apologize, everyone, for the delay and the incompetence. No, I won't be judged. Oh, Charles can see me. Okay, we're good to go. So here's just this little ditty I'm going to talk to you guys on the 30th of November as we begin Christmas season. You know, first I want to do some points of information announcements about what we're planning for the holidays, and then do the actual message called the Promise of Christ, which I've planned for you, and then hold a what we call experience within or meditation to expand that area that we explore in our deepest meditative state of consciousness. So that's my plan. And I'm not going to do any music. Okay? You can go get music. You can get music on your own YouTube. If you can get this channel, you can also get Mariah Carey singing O Holy Night and Celine Dion singing O Holy Night and Amy Grant singing Breath of Heaven, Crosby singing The Secret of Christmas, all those wonderful musical experiences and delights that we have at this season. Okay, so here's the information. So we are doing a Christmas cantata December 1st, Sunday before Christmas. The choir is so lovingly preparing this for you. And that's going to be the substance of our service on that last Sunday before Christmas. So bring your friends, relatives. Let's have a wonderful turnout because there'll be so many empty seats, in the sanctuary because the choir will all be sitting in the front. Uh, so I'm really enjoying the rehearsals of the songs like this centered. Now I want to tell you something. It's hard to hear the volume of some of our videos and of a lot of things that you listen to. And this blue speaker that I bought at Best Buy was less than $40. I think it was around 35 on sale, and this is the second to the smallest size. You can get a smaller one for under 30. But I mean, it's not that much money, and everything that you try to hear on the internet, then volume is uh, increased. Okay, Charles is calling. Hold on. Yes, Charles, what's up? What happened? Why are you calling, Charles?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Why are you calling?
Your sound is not very good. It's not very clear.
Okay, I'll try to get it better. Thank you. Right into the microphone. Okay, is that better? This is the microphone. Okay. So, more information, upcoming experiences with Unity Spiritual Center of Muskegon. Um, we are having a Christmas Eve candle lighting service on Christmas Eve, Wednesday night, the 24th at 7, followed by light refreshments. But if you want to rush home and be with your family and do your Christmas things at home, that's perfectly fine. But we want to have a, a Christmas Eve ceremonial, ritual, meditative, devotional experience. And we have our music director, Louis, and we have our vocalist, Elaine, and we have our flautist, maybe. Uh, I don't know about that. But anyway, we do have our musical um, talent for the evening. So that's such a plus, and we'll be making the most of that. But we'll be doing a Christmas tree decorating ceremony that used to say, like, to develop the metaphysical symbolism of all of the nativity creatures. Like, I placed this ornament for the angels who represent, and it'll be a responsive reading that we'll pass out too. So you'll be participating in that. And then on the Saturday between Christmas and New Year's, since Christmas and New Year's Eve are like right in the middle of the week, and you have the weekend just nestled in between there, I thought that was a good time. We thought that was a good time to have a um, an open house. Just like 3 to 5, maybe just all afternoon, whenever you can get over there. I'm gonna call it 2 to 4 because then we can have cider and talk with each other, maybe play some of my fabulous games that exercise the memory. That's really why I, I promote that, is because it exercises mental powers of recall and concentration and focus. And it's always a good thing. So, is there anything else I wanted to remind you of? Oh, um, oh yeah, to get the Bluetooth speaker for yourself. Like I've been using this so well, I can hear so much better everything I try to listen to on the internet, and especially our videos. We have a huge amount of video on our YouTube channel, and one of the videos was from Christmas a few years back when I did a sermon called "Are You the Real Santa?" It's pretty funny. It goes over 10 qualities of Santa Claus, and that he has, and that if you have, then you are also a real Santa Claus. So it's, like, and it metaphysically interprets all the qualities of Santa Claus, like, riding around the entire planet with reindeer in one night. Yeah. And another one of our videos that gives one a laugh is the video that I did in the office one time where we were closed because of COVID, and we were doing our live stream from the church, and I had put boards, to block the sun from coming in too much, and it faded out the the image on the camera, and I had put up another, board to cover up the filing cabinet that was behind me, and right in the middle of the video, they fell down, and I just kept right on going. Nothing was wrong, and, it's kind of funny. So we've had our moments of laughter, and we continue to have moments of laughter together, and that brings us into our talk for today. The message for today is the promise of the Christ. I didn't really know why I was given that topic from intuition, from, higher consciousness to talk about it, but when I started looking it up, I discovered something that well, first of all, I asked AI, "What is the promise of the Christ?" And that's, something that is from the doctrine of Orthodox Christianity, which I never knew. The promise of the Christ is eternal life and forgiveness of sin. I mean, that's the Orthodox thing. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. In a way it is, but we wanna get beyond that because what we mean by Christ is not Jesus Christ, the, the the ascended master, the avatar, the great embodiment of the Christ idea. No, what we mean by the Christ is that spirit that, uh, lives in our depths, that is the divine idea that, uh, emanates through us. So the promise of the Christ is that through this nature, through this idea, through this divine idea, something marvelous will come to pass. That's what the promise is, right? Something great that's going to come to you. And just by synchronicity this week, I started thinking about that book called The Aquarian Gospel. How many of you have seen that? Know of that? So when I was at ministerial school back in the 60s, the first time, uh, that book was going around underground. It was sort of underground, and I looked it up, did research of what that book is about. It says The Aquarian Gospel by Levi. So Levi was a guy who was actually, and it was published in 1901. And Levi was a minister who taught Bible, and he was kind of expressing New Age thought right at the very beginning of what we call the New Age, the Age of Aquarius, and that's what is part of this promise, is a new paradigm of spiritual consciousness emerging in humanity. So the full title of the Aquarian Gospel is The Aquarian Age Gospel of Jesus the Christ of the Piscean Age, because astrologically we're shifting from the Piscean Age into the Aquarian Age, and an age lasts thousands of years. I don't even know how long. Thousands of years. And that's what this song is all about, the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age where we become more cooperative, and the age where we lay down our arms and have peace, the age where we learn to truly have compassion and love for ourselves. But anyway, so the promise of the Christ, as spoken of in this book, The Aquarian Age Gospel of Jesus Christ of the Piscean, is exactly that, that there will come into this Aquarian age a Christ that lives and expresses and occurs as each one. That's the promise of the Christ. And that's what we're always talking about. A new paradigm, a paradigm shift, a transformation in consciousness that moves us out of the mere mortal materialism of self consciousness And into that new context, a completely new awareness of the identity of who we are, that we are spiritual beings. We are not limited by this one lifetime. We are not limited by space and time. That through the power of mind, of thought, we can create and attract ever greater good into our lives and the lives of and and the key is the message is to start using that power. Start using that power. I want to talk for a minute about Carl Frank. Carl Franklin was a man who came to my attention when I first came to Michigan, and was he is a man who has great heart and great passion. He has worked as Santa Claus over the years because he has a great big white beard, but he's a very advanced metaphysician, and he speaks for the Coptics regularly. He's part of that group. And he speaks for all metaphysical groups and all spiritual groups and all groups of any kind. And the last time he did speak that I heard him speak publicly, he's advanced in years now, he doesn't do that many. He was making the point that if you look at the experiments done with water, from Dr. Emoto, Messages in Water, that we have evidence, and there's way more evidence than just that. We have evidence that the molecular structure of water, and indeed everything, but let's just talk about water, is influenced by the vibratory quality that we emit towards it, and the vibratory quality that surrounds it. And he was making the point that we can clean our waters up by taking on the intention and directing our love to them. We can cleanse them. That was his claim, and that was his admonition. And I'm bringing that to our attention in this very day. That the promise of the Christ is that we have a transformed humanity and indeed a transformed world. That is the promise of the Christ, that ever greater good is unfolding before us. And as we claim that good, as we attain that mastery, as we envision that transformative state of a new paradigm, we're talking about last Sunday's sermon, a de-adversarialized society. This is the promise that we can embrace and that we can expand in our hearts. So let's take a moment now to turn within and to experience that to the depths of our being and our hearts. Let it fill our minds. Let it fill every fiber of our being with new energy that is life filled and perfect. For we are created in the image and after the likeness of the all divine, the one God. So in that assurance, in that awareness, in that expectation of the promise of the Christ, let us dwell for a time in silence, in true silence, truly being receptive, open, willing, and aware. And as we realize this great truth, the joy of it, the assurance of it, moves us forward with such beauty and such joy as we experience this Christmas season together. And so it is. Amen. And so let us love one another as never before. Merry Christmas season and happy Thanksgiving afterglow. And sign out.